Hare Krishna. Sachapitanayoktena yoga deshena yoga yuk tasminashama apide saraswatya samahita sachapi tanayoktena yoga deshena yoga yuk tasmin ashama apide saraswatya samahita Sa, she, cha, and, api, also, tanaya, by her son, uktena, spoken, yoga adeshena, by the instruction on yoga, yoga yuk, engage in bhakti yoga, tasmin, in that, ashrame, hermitage, apide, the flower crown, Saraswatyaha, of the Saraswati, Samahitaha, fixed in Samadhi. As instructed by her son, Devoti also began to practice Bhakti Yoga in that very ashrama. She practiced Samadhi in the house of Kardama Muni, which was so beautifully decorated flowers that it was considered the flower crown of the river Saraswati. As instructed by her son, Devoti also began to practice in that very ashrama. She practiced Samadhi in the house of Kardama Muni, which was so beautifully decorated with flowers that was considered the flower crown of river Saraswati. Yes, Supriya Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Devahuti did not leave her house, but because it is never recommended for a woman to leave her home. She is dependent. The very example of Devahuti was that when she was not married, she was under the care of her father, Swayambhuva Manu, and then Swayambhuva Manu gave her to Kardama Muni in charity. She was under the care of her husband in her youth, and then her son Kapila Muni was born. As soon as her son grew up, her husband left home, and similarly the son, after discharging his duty towards his mother, also left. She could also have left home, but she did not. Rather, she remained at home and began to practice Bhakti Yoga as it was instructed by her great son Kapila Muni. And because of her practice of Bhakti Yoga, the entire home became just like a flower grown on the river Saraswati. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Ashata Deshatari. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We'll do one more shloka. Abhikshna vaga kapishan. Abhikshna vaga kapishan. Yatilan kutilalakan. Atmanam chogra tapasa. Vibhrati chirinam krisham. Abhikshna, again and again. Avagaha, by bathing. Kapishan, grey. Jatilan, matted. Kutila, curd. Alakan, hair. Atmanam, her body. Cha, and Ugratapasa, by severe austerity. Vibharti, became. Chirinam, clothed in rags. Krisham, then. She began to bathe 3 times daily, and thus her curling black hair gradually became grey. Due to austerity, her body gradually became thin, and she wore old garments. She began to bathe 3 times daily, and thus her curling hair, black hair gradually became grey. Due to austerity, her body gradually became thin, and she wore old garments. The Supreme Mataji completed.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport. It is the practice of yogi, brahmachari, vanaprastha and sannyasi to bathe at least 3 times daily, early in the morning, during noontime and in the evening. These principles are strictly followed even by some grihasthas, especially brahmanas, who are elevated in spiritual consciousness. Devahuti was a king's daughter and almost a king's wife also. Although Kardama Muni was not a king, by his yogic mystic power, he accommodated Devahuti very comfortably in a nice palace with maid servants and all opulence. But since she had learned austerity even in the presence of her husband, there was no difficulty for her to be austere. Still, because her body underwent severe austerity after the departure of her husband and son, she became thin. To be too fat is not very good for spiritually advanced life. Rather, one should reduce because if one becomes fat, it is an impediment to progress in spiritual understanding. One should be careful not to eat too much, sleep too much, or remain in a comfortable position. Voluntarily accepting some penances and difficulties, one should take less food and less sleep. These are the procedures for practicing any kind of yoga, whether Bhakti Yoga, Gnana Yoga, or Hatha Yoga. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shri Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, audio is clear? Yes. So there are two considerations. First thing was that she started doing tapasya and following the rules and regulations. So she was following the rules and regulations as given in the Shastra for a woman, following her Stri Dharma. And what was the result? The result was, due to her Krishna consciousness, the ashrama became a jewel in that whole place. So a temple is not decorated just by buildings, by marbles. Just imagine, you go to meet some friend and his place is full of marble and a lot of big, beautiful furniture, very good doors, very good windows, but he is very harsh, dirty. You will go to that place again? You know. But suppose you go to some place which is all, clay only house, simple. But the person is very beautiful, very wonderful, with great heart. You'll go to that place again and again. Anna? So now you have a comparison. If you want to compare, okay, we make Krishna's place, we make it as beautiful as possible. But our consciousness is not good. It's all going to be waste. Everything will be waste. Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tama-guna. We have in the history that Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he built the beautiful Gaudiya Math. And when he built the temple, 64 matas were there, mostly in India, but some in places like Burma and all. A lion Acharya, Simha Guru. All the disciples are chanting 64 rounds. That was his order. He is the founder Acharya of Gaudiya Math. They have to follow his order. 64 rounds. And he had a big team of sannyasis who were the leaders. Taken sannyasa, chanting lifelong 64 rounds. So one disciple came to, I have mentioned this previously, but I want to come to make an ornament. Not this what happened. Actually, we should not disrespect Prabhupada God brothers in any way. because they are worshipable for us. But something happened as a lesson for us. So then what happened when Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, somebody approached a rich Marwadi from Calcutta, and he said, I will build a marble temple for you, which can be your headquarter in Calcutta. That is still there, Bagh Bazaar. ISKCON is trying, I don't know, ISKCON has taken over, is trying to take it. So this much happened. And now what happens? Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada met Prabhupada in Vrindavan. Prabhupada had come to meet him. He came to know Gurudev is in Vrindavan. He came with his son. You look at the Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, he had a gift for him. He had a dress for his son. He's giving a special attention. Somebody is coming to meet you and Acharya is getting a dress for his son. He wants to have something to be done. So he gave great affection. Then after that, he took Prabhupada in confidence. And he said, Agni hoive, my movement will be burned. Agni hoive. Prabhupada said, don't say that. He said, no. Everything will be destroyed. I can see now. And I was just thinking of this. Just think about it. He chanted 192 rounds. I'm just saying, he belongs to the spiritual world. He chanted before starting this mission. He did Shatakoti Nama Yagna. How much? Shatakoti. Shatakoti means 1 billion names. 9 years chanting 192 rounds daily. How many? 192. For how many years? 9 years. And if it will rain, he'll hold an umbrella. Don't imitate him. You do what your guru has told you to do. These are for almost inspiration. So then what happened is he was ordered by the Goswamis, his guru, his spiritual master, his father ordered him, start the mission, we'll give you whatever you need. He had a transcendental vision where he was ordered by the disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a spiritual vision. He was ordered. He was saying, I'm not qualified. Because his guru had left, his father had left all the mission, our Gaudiya Siddhanta preaching, Sampradaya came on his shoulder. Now he is the man. He said, I'm not qualified. Therefore he was doing the Nama Japa Yajna. And all of them appeared transcendentally and ordered him. Big, whole team came, Parampara came. Arey, karo bhai, kuch nahi. Arey, we will give you everything. Everything will be provided to you, just proceed. So he started. And he was a lion guru, Simha guru. If you read Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada's rules and regulation for an ashrama, you'll not sleep for a few days. So heavily strict. Prabhupada said, I am 10 times more lenient than my guru. Very strict rules and regulation for ashrama by Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada for Gaudiya Math. You can read it sometimes to see how strict he was. And then you can understand why Prabhupada said, I am 10 times lenient than my guru. 64 round itself 16. It is a big concession he has given. Now we are starting something because many people want to chant more. Okay? 3 o'clock morning to 7 o'clock, 7:30. We'll have half an hour Mangalarti break. Okay? Those who want to join in that, please write to me. Okay? But it should not disturb your service or it should not disturb your work. Okay? But those who want to do, because I heard many people are interested in this kind of austerity, good, we will facilitate. Okay? Write to me, those who can take it up. 3 o'clock, we are busy, we have temple to come up. We don't have time. But some congregation devotees, you are at home, you want to do extra austerities, time is there. We have to finish the temple by Janmashtami. For us, there is some other priorities. But you have time, suppose, write to me who want to join this. 3 o'clock you start till 4:30, 1.5 hours. Then 4:30 to now 5 Mangalarti, and then 5 to 7:30 again. So you got 4 hours, you can chant 32 rounds. Okay? Welcome. Those who want to join, write to me. I'll make you admin so you can start the thing, because when 4:30 we open in the morning, already 100 people would have joined, correct? So many people are very serious. Okay? So do that if possible. Okay. So now what happens? This much is the austerity and very elevated. But Prabhupada said, how do you say that Guru Maharaj is born? He said, no. I can see my disciples, they're fighting for rooms now. Who will occupy this room? Who will occupy that room? I can see. So just imagine what was pictured to become a crown jewel of Gaudiya Math became cause of disaster. Everything got spoiled. Same thing predicted happened. Prabhupada left, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada left the world. The disciples started fighting for temples. And it, unfortunately, a beautiful mission of Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada broke into 27 pieces. Srila Prabhupada had no intention to start his own movement. That actually helped to open 4 to 5 branches. Prabhupada that helped to open. And he was always even when Prabhupada went to America, he had no desire to open his own institution. When his preaching started taking ground, he wrote a letter to his godbrothers. He said that, please consider me a member of Gaudiya Math. I have no desire to be a leader or something. Send some men here. Our Guru Maharaj wanted this. It's happening. Send some manpower. I will need some Lakshmi, some manpower. Let us fulfill the desire of Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada. And he got a letter. Your plan is ridiculous. Because it was very difficult what he was trying to do. They just could not appreciate. Plan is ridiculous. I don't think it is practical. Prabhupada, ridiculous? It's order of my Guru. How it is ridiculous? And therefore Prabhupada was forced to start his own movement. Well, this question may come sometime. Why did Prabhupada start? There was no other way. But you see that Prabhupada said that if you see Viraha Ashtaka, Prabhupada writes beautiful remembrance of his Guru. Actually, many of us do not know Prabhupada was a great poet. We do not know. Prabhupada was in Vrindavan. He wrote a lot of poems. And if you get time, there is Shower of Nectar, someone book is there, which has collection of Prabhupada poems. You know the Jaladuta prayer, that is also a poem, correct? And when he was Prabhupada in Vrindavan, he wrote a lot of poems. 8, couplets of 8. There he is praying to his spiritual master. Everything has stopped now. The flood of mercy which he had brought out is stopped now. People are suffering, my dear spiritual master. People whom he entrusted the job are not doing, they're busy settling down. The fire of preaching. And it not happened. Imagine Prabhupada landed in America in a cargo ship without any money. He's about to start a mission. Nobody helped him. So the point is this, that we want to make our temple into a crown jewel in the whole city. People should come. And not only definitely Krishna's place will be beautiful, no doubt. But people not only do that, they also appreciate the nice consciousness. It was such a nice, at least Sattva-guna. Forget Krishna, at least we can maintain Sattva-guna will be great. Sattva-guna means what is the symptom? Samadhama tapa shaucham shanti marjama evacha jnana vijnana astikyam brahma karma sabhavakam. Samaha, full control of the mind. Dhamma, full control of the senses. Shanti, very tolerant. Arjavam, very simple. Full of knowledge, full of realization. Astikyam, firm faith in God. This is Sattva-guna, not Krishna consciousness, correct? Krishna consciousness is much ahead. There Astikyam means firm faith in the Shastra, not a great devotee. This is a Kanishtadhikari. Brahmana as a Vaishnava is a Kanishtadhikari. Brahmana, when he enters Krishna consciousness, He's Kanishta Adhikari. So at least we should remain Brahmana. A pure personality with no bad habits, calm, peaceful mind. I tell you, people are not expecting much from us. People do not know what is advancement of Krishna consciousness. They just expect a sadhu to be working without any personal profit, neat, clean, gentle. People will worship you. In this place, we had some sannyasis of Udupi Matha. They are very strict, following their sannyasa rules, correct? Very calm, peaceful, knowledgeable. They worship, correct? You can take an example. ऐसा नहीं है like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, चक्षुषा प्राय विषाहितम, उतना लोग नहीं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे, है ना? शून्य हितम जगत सर्व. No, they're not expecting. People, what do they know about Krishna consciousness? They just expect neat, clean, gentleman. That's it. They're ready to do anything for them. So can't we give that? But how did Devhuti achieve to make her ashrama into ornament, a diamond in the whole place? Just because she followed Stri Dharma, the rules and regulation for her. Correct? You follow Brahmacharya. You follow Brahmacharya. You become an ornament. You become a diamond. People come, oh, I went to the temple. I met the devotees. It's so nice. Correct? See, a doctor, how does he spread his name? Can he put up a hoarding in the Mangalore city? The best doctor in Mangalore. Is it allowed? It's not allowed also. It's not ethical also. Correct? So similarly, when a doctor cannot put a hoarding like that, can I put up a hoarding like that? No. Can we say the best sadhus in Mangalore? Can we say? No. लिख सकते हैं क्या? नहीं लिख सकते. But how is it? Word of mouth. How does a doctor become famous? Word of mouth. है ना? One person meets him, say, very good doctor, they recommend. So similarly, we also can only grow by word of mouth. We cannot grow. Actually, many times we make a mistake. We think there are big temples. It translates to large number of devotees. In America, we have many big temples, and the devotees are less than the number of deities. 6 deity या 3 brahmach, 3 full-time devotees. ऐसा हाल है. Temple doesn't automatically mean devotees. Making a devotee is a hard work. Can you take leaflets and एक helicopter से या drone से बड़ा फेंक देंगे? वैसे नहीं होता है. It's man to man, है ना? Person to person. So this is what is needed, and actually we should think about how we are going to do. Now we should plan Janmashtami ke liye. On Sundays, this Sunday we are busy, but on Sunday, at least really for some time only we are free by evening. We can approach the people man to man and very gently invite them for the function. Correct? That's what you can do. But interaction has to be man to man. Correct? Every person makes his own judgment. And because what we are practicing is totally contrast to what public is practicing in Bangalore. There is a lot of hard work. Mostly they are Daiva Bhaktas or something. There's a lot of work to convince them to take to Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said, unless you are really powerful, he said, you cannot convince South Indian Brahmanas to take to Krishna consciousness. He himself said, not easy. They're very rigidly following the rules and regulations, isn't it? बहुत rigidly. North India में क्या है, कोई कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. सब नहीं, बहुत लोग ऐसे कुछ नहीं कर रहे. Because there the invasion was very strict. Because South India people are orthodox, they're following something. Nobody is there who is not following. Some temple they go, some rules and regulations they follow. So unless you're a very powerful preacher, you cannot bring them to Krishna consciousness. So there is work. And then you get a large congregation. And then the temple becomes an ornament in whole Mangalore. Imagine a beautiful temple and there are 10 devotees. Safai करने के लिए भी कोई नहीं रहेगा, है ना? Prabhupada talks about the temples where birds come and throw stool and there is nobody to clean it also. We went to Tamil Nadu, one temple. So we decided we will do Harinam. उसके पहले हमको clean करना पड़ा because all over the big hall, the parrots and all are thrown so many things. So Prabhupada says, similarly, our big temples will become just like godowns. है ना? Unless there is bhava, unless there is a desire to serve Krishna, whole thing will become just a godown. So want to make it an ornament, each person has to contribute. The example is given of a honey bee. If you make a honeycomb, then a lot of bees will come to drink it. If you make it a dustbin, a lot of flies will come. So the kind of people we are, that kind of people will attract. So Prabhupada says, if you are Krishna conscious, then people who are inclined to Krishna conscious will come. Krishna will send them. Even Krishna is sitting in heart, no? He will direct them, go to that place. But then when he knows they are benefited, they come, they feel such beautiful atmosphere. So each person has to contribute for that. See, creating a healthy, happy family, like very sweet atmosphere, is ek haath se taali nahi bajta. When Lord Ramachandra was requested to take up the throne, he put a condition. He said, all you are going to follow your duties. What is what? Will you follow the Varnashram Dharma? He said, yes. Then I take up the throne. Do you think a king can alone rule the world? Logical? Can he do? Not possible. Everybody has to contribute. Can anybody run the house alone? No. So how can he run the temple alone? No. So we have to have that the people should see, it's a very big responsibility. We are representing Srila Prabhupada. It's our great pride. One class I heard, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj said, today I am proud to remember, to represent a great sampradaya. Correct? We should also feel. When we are going out, meeting somebody, any visitor comes, we are representing a great sampradaya. True? We are not ordinary. We are representing a great sampradaya. गोलोक का टीम, इस संप्रदाय में वैकुंठ लोक के भी नहीं लोग हैं, गोलोक से हैं सारे. You start माधवेंद्रपुरी, चैतन्य महाप्रभु, the गोस्वामी, ये तो गोलोक से हैं सारे के सारे. मंजरीस, उफ, है ना? Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada also was revealed in the Manjari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is another Manjari. ये क्या है? ये तो गोलोक का टीम है. When you see the Goloka chart, you see the picture, Radha Krishna and all the team. वो जो पूरा नाम है, सारा हमारा संप्रदाय ही है. सब आए उधर से. And we have a privilege. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why did Bhaktivinoda Thakur not finish the work? Prabhupada said he could have done it all alone. He's all powerful, he's a Vaishnava. But his mercy left for something for us. So we should not feel Prabhupada could not spread all around the world. Now we are special. We have no. Alone he could have spread. He had enough power to spread it all alone. He left some work for us. That's all. It's mercy. His mercy for us. So in this respect, we should think that we got an opportunity. We have a great pride, but we are not qualified for it. So it is great to be a member of the Sampradaya, to represent the Sampradaya wherever we go. So here we have the first shloka done. The second shloka, it talks about eating. Okay. Now Raghunath Das Goswami is an example for eating. Raghunath Das Goswami was son of a billionaire. Hiranya and Govardhan Majumdar, his father and uncle. And he was very much attracted to Lord Chaitanya's mission, and he came and joined. When he joined, his father could not see him taking austerities. So his father sent every day, he sent men with every month's supply of 400 gold coins. That time, rupee means gold coin. 400 gold coin. So what he used to do, because father heard my son has joined anyway, he tried to stop, finally joined. So now what to do, he used to call, all the sannyasis and feast them with that money. Sannyasi को बुलाता था, जोर के दावत देता था, feast. ठीक है? Get prasadam, purchase prasadam, Jagannatha temple and give a feast. Even he used to call Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, say twice a month or once a month. So then what happened, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sarupdam, I am not getting any invitation nowadays. because he is Manjari, very great devotee. So he says, no, nowadays he is not, he has sent back those people. Because Sarupa Raghunatha, Sarup Damodar was personally monitoring his activities. So he said he has sent all the people back. He's not doing like that. So what is he doing nowadays? How is he eating? No, he's standing outside the Jagannatha temple and begging. So Chaitanya Prabhu noticed he used to, when come for darshan out of Jagannatha temple, he will be sitting and what he will be doing? Standing, Raghunath Das Goswami will be begging. So then, one day Chaitanya Prabhu said, I don't see him standing there. What happened now? He said, now he feels this is not a good, this looks like a business of a prostitute. This man will satisfy me. This man will not satisfy me. You know, you have to keep meditating. Instead of thinking about Krishna, you're thinking of this. So what is he doing? Now, he takes from the Anand Bazaar, you have seen that those who come to Jagannath Puri, there is a prasadam which is distributed. So that what remains, what remains, that he is taking that even the cows don't eat, it is stinking, he washing it and he eats that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally wanted to encourage him in austerity because each person in his team, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed some example. To Raghunath Das Goswami was austerity for us. So you should just meditate and do namaskara, don't imitate. But next what happened, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the house of Raghunath Das Goswami and he was looking here and there, where is that rice? And he found it. Hey, such nice delicacy. So he said, Raghunath Das, my dear Lord, it's not fit for you to take it. Not fit. Jagannatha Prasadam, not fit. He scolded him and he took one and he took, very tasty. And he was about to take second one. Then Saru Damodar stopped. My Lord, please don't take this. So he encouraged. And then Raghunath Das Goswami was sent by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He gave him the Govardhan Shila and he instructed him. He understood also to go to Govardhan shelter. He went to Vrindavan, came to the shelter of Rupa Sanatan Goswamis and took shelter at Radhakund. And he was doing a tapasya there. Don't again imitate. And there he was taking once in 2 days half a glass of buttermilk. It was very, very thin. Not thin, very, very thin. And he used to offer 1,000 obeisances to the Lord every day and 2,000 to the Vaishnavas every day. So humble. Chant his rounds. I think his calculation, he was chanting 64 rounds. So chant 64 rounds and he was busy with this. So now Prabhupada said, don't artificially do it, please. Eating and sleeping, artificially we should not reduce. But at the same time, we should not become fat. Correct? Actually, when person doesn't have belly, he looks very beautiful. See, the word is very nice. अब जैसे कोई खाने की चीज लगती है, बहुत सुगंध आती है, तो what is the meaning? It is tasty. है ना, भगवान ने बनाया हमारा, जैसे खाना खा रहे हैं, एक बारी सूंघ लेते हैं, क्योंकि सुबह का जो खराब है शाम तक खराब हो जाता है कभी कभी, है ना, तो भगवान ने ऐसा बनाया है कि आपको सूंघ के ही पता चल जाता है खड़बड़ है ना, चके ये तो खराब हो गया. So similarly, when you see a person, that is called technically sumadhyama. Sumadhyama means the belly is not there. The person actually looks young and handsome. Bro, अरे उसी के लिए थोड़े पतले हो जाओ. But then, at the same time, we should not that you don't have energy. Like in North India, जैसे शादी से पहले ऐसे शादी के बाद ऐसे, तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Stay sumadhyama. Sometimes girls do it. They will be before marriage, किसी तरह खाना ही नहीं खाएंगे. And the moment शादी हुए शुरू और ऐसा. So don't do that also. But if we, and at the same time, Prabhupada said, don't reduce our eating and sleeping artificially. Before we came to Krishna consciousness, we are eating generally voraciously. Voraciously. Voraciously means, agar rasgulla acha laga, chalo 15 de do. There is no understanding. What am I doing? So we are to focus on developing our consciousness. And one of the things which will destroy our spiritual life is ati ahara. Ati ahara, the first thing which destroys spiritual life. One Srila Prabhupada asked, why your disciples are falling now? Because it doesn't happen. Devotees joining, but going also away, some people. So Prabhupada said, because in the name of prasadam, they are overeating. So sometime when people come to temple, new people come to temple, we feast them till here. That is the different stages, prasadam. First thing, when people come to temple, we feast them till here, correct? Or khaya, or khaya. Prabhupada himself used to do that. All the disciples, he used to, one serving, again serving. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do that. He used to give food for 10 people to each people. So that is showing affection. People feel affection when you give them extra. Or khaya. Yeah, so affectionate you. Because people are like that all in the beginning, eating more. You see in the society, all the hoardings, sleep more, sleep nicely, nice bed for you, sleep, sleep, sleep. Eating and sleeping is considered a shelter. Particularly for depressed people, eating and sleeping is a shelter. Correct? If you see psychologically, depressed people eat a lot. Because they are sad, खाते रहते. 3 plate, 10 plate, खाते रहो. We don't know where it goes. But actually, as we become normal and healthy in Krishna consciousness, come to Sattva-guna, when you come to Sattva-guna, you develop capacity for austerity, you enjoy doing austerity. Samadama tapaha. Tapaha is only for sattvic people. Rasic people cannot do tapasya. They get irritated, they get frustrated, angry. And tamasic people will go mad. Tapasya is only for sattvic people because they have a higher thing to achieve. Rasic person is planning sense gratification. Correct? Once devotees made a picture of Narad Muni with big, big muscles. Oh, like, he is a tapasri. Why are you making a picture like that? So as a brahmachari, we should not be desiring I have muscles like that. Then something is wrong with you. You are not come to make a handsome body. So tapasya is part, but again, the key word is artificially don't do it. Don't do it artificially. Then you may lose spiritual life. The danger is there. Your tapasya should not be beyond your realization because your mind and body will revolt when you start tapasya. Revolt होगा नहीं होगा. सुबह जपा के लिए बैठते हैं कितने टाइम देखते हैं 7 बजे नहीं बजे 7 बजे नहीं बजे माइंड रिवोल्ट करता है उठो भाई यार जपा करना है. Like I try to make it. Or okay, everybody try from tomorrow 5 to 7. Sit and chant together. Switch on your video and sit and chant together. Okay, ready? Okay, try at least all those who are here. Tapasya. It's not easy. अरे यार उठने का मन है थोड़ा गार्डन घूम लेता. अरे बाद में करो ना एक जपा तो हो जाए. वहां जाओगे चिड़िया देखोगे पेड़ देखोगे फिर ये हुआ वो आइडिया आएगा. At least for some time. It is best to sit down and chant. Always it is said, it's also colloquial, you'll not get a saying for that, a proper statement for that. Sattvic means to sit and chant. Rasic means to walk and chant. Tamasic means to sleep and chant. But it is sometimes we have slept less, so we feel like walking and chanting. If you're feeling sleepy, you walk and chant. But otherwise, the best concentration you get by chanting, sitting down and hearing every word. So why not we make a japa group? Correct? All of us together, 5 to 7, we together chant 16 now. Okay? And those who are still more have time, you make it 32. Morning 3 o'clock to 7:30. Welcome. So now next coming is Nadiha eating. So you should not become fat. So don't do beyond because the moment you start tapasya, mind revolts. Correct? एकादशी को ही बहुत मन रिवोल्ट करता है. भूख लग रही है यार क्या कुछ नहीं दे रहे. So you should be within your capacity. You can still feel yes, I can do it. Okay? So otherwise, it should not be done artificially. And becoming fat also we can understand we should not eat more than the body needs. Correct? True? The devotee means is in fact, Prabhupada's general again instruction again and again was, we should not become fat. If you're becoming fat, best thing is to eat less. But then the question will be, I could do some exercises. Don't do that. Now, any time I have to determine anything, I just take Srila Prabhupada's example. Did Srila Prabhupada do yoga asanas? No. I'll not do it. Did Prabhupada do it? No. I'll not do it. Only thing Prabhupada did was he used to go for a walk. Correct? That he can do. From here we can walk to the ashram and come down. Correct? हम हर समय स्कूटी क्या चाहिए, थोड़ा 3-4 बारी ऊपर नीचे चले जाओ, है ना? कभी कभी टाइम 10 मिनट का वॉक भी होता है, एक माला भी हो जाती है. That we can do those kind of things, but not we will start now running on a treadmill and all that. That is, don't do anything that Prabhupada did not. Correct? And that is also the best way. Prabhupada says actually, eating less, sleeping less, according to capacity, make you actually healthy. Eat more, sleep more will bring diseases. So in that way, every person has to determine. Now, every body is different. Correct? So everybody has to determine how much he can digest properly without gaining weight. Eat that much. Simple, no? Ayurveda has that, you eat and you get dakar. उसका आधा खाओ. उसका जैसे चलो आपको डिटरमाइन करना है कि कितना चपाती खाना है. एक दिन एक्सपेरिमेंट करो, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. वो पता चल गया उनका भी है पहला डकार, दूसरा डकार, बड़ा साइंस है आयुर्वेद में. वो डकार को मार्क करो, उसका आधा खाओ. उसके बाद 50% of that filled with water. So 1/4 is air, 1/4 is water, and 50% is food. And that is normal. So Prabhupada says we should eat sumptuously, but not voraciously. Now every body is different. He has to determine. Because क्या है, हर body में liver different है. Digestion happens because of liver, correct? Some person, little food he can digest very well. Some people the digestion is weak. So every person has to determine. Similarly for sleeping, so you should feel energetic whole day. That is the benchmark. No, we are not here just like some communities, दिन में 2 दिन में एक बार ही खाता. हम उसके लिए नहीं आए. And then many times we become proud of that also. We have not come for that. We have come for serving Krishna. Focus is not on the body. Focus is on Krishna. But then why I should flatter my body? Give it minimum. So similarly, sleeping, as much as sleep, you should be fresh to service to Krishna. When you sleep more, you feel dull whole day. You sleep less whole day. Shishi Radha Govinda ki. Suppose you're sleeping 10 hours, and by 5 hours it is sufficient, then why sleep 10 hours? You're wasting 5 hours. Srila Prabhupada used to sleep just 2 hours. And for that also he used to say, now I'm going to waste my time. Then sleep. So that is the criteria. So eating and sleeping is done in such a way so I remain healthy and energetic to serve Krishna. And as far as the quality of items, Prabhupada used to say, brahmachari should eat simple items. Now we offered chappan bhoga to the Lord. Brahmachari should eat simple. The luxury items are given to grihasthas because they are children. The children are very keen. I want that sweet, I want that. That should be given to grihasthas. Correct? But brahmachari should eat simple items. Prabhupada said. Little is okay, but not too much. So these are all the examples we could speak on eating and sleeping. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Huh?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Radha
Krishna everyone.
Pranam. Thank you so much.
Pranam, koti koti pranam everyone.
Hare Krishna
Oh.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. Now, how many of you are ready? 5 to 7 chant with me with video on from tomorrow. Only one, huh? एक, हाँ? 2, चलो. 2 people. 3. चलो. ठीक है? Together we will try to chant. Somebody saying, if I get up, I'll come. Okay, so we got some. Okay. Now, tougher question. How many are ready for 32 rounds? 32. Arey Baba. Haath hata diya. Hey, 32. 3 o'clock he will start. Oh, 3. Okay. So I'll find some volunteer. Some, please write to me. We are busy with temple construction, but it is, let us welcome it. Okay, somebody says I will try. Okay, so it will be open, the japa will be open from 3 o'clock. Okay, that we can organize. And, no, Ekadashi we can do 64. Okay, daily 32, Ekadashi 64. Ekadashi we start 3, go till lunch. Not for us. Temple devotees don't ask, I have a lot of work for you. Those other devotees. Okay, somebody wants to do, we will facilitate. Okay? At least you can do on Ekadashi 32. Okay? Ashwini Mataji, Ashwika, you are ready for 64? Chalo. ठीक है चलो let us